Imagine waking up tomorrow, but having no idea what tomorrow means. No plans, no goals, no deadlines, no retirement, no future. For most animals, that's completely normal. A lion doesn't worry about next year. A bird doesn't plan its career. A wolf doesn't stay awake thinking about what might happen 10 years from now. They live in the present. But humans are different. Right now, somewhere inside your mind, you're already thinking about tomorrow. Maybe you're planning your next meal. Maybe you're thinking about work. Maybe you're worried about something that hasn't happened yet. And that simple ability may be one of the most important abilities ever developed by any species on Earth. Because there was a time when humans couldn't think about the future the way we do today. At some point in history, something changed. Humans learned how to imagine tomorrow, and that changed everything. To understand why, we need to travel back thousands of years. Back to a world without cities, without money, without schools, without calendars. A world where survival depended on today. Not next month, not next year. Today. For early humans, life was uncertain. Food could disappear. Weather could change. Predators could appear at any moment. Most of the time, survival required immediate action. But eventually, something extraordinary happened. Humans began thinking beyond the present moment. They started saving food, creating tools for future use, planning routes, predicting seasons, and perhaps for the first time in Earth's history, a species began living partly inside the future. That single change would become one of the most powerful ideas ever created. Imagine a group of humans preparing for winter. Winter hasn't arrived yet. The danger isn't here. The cold isn't here. The hunger isn't here. Yet they begin preparing anyway. Why? Because they can imagine a future that does not yet exist. That ability sounds simple, but it is incredibly rare. Most animals respond to what is happening now. Humans can respond to what might happen later, and that difference changes everything. A squirrel stores food, beavers build dams. Many animals prepare in instinctive ways, but humans do something different. Humans create mental simulations. They imagine possibilities. They imagine consequences. They imagine outcomes. A hunter can picture tomorrow's journey before it begins. A parent can worry about next year's survival. A leader can plan for a future generation. The future becomes a place the mind can visit before the body ever arrives. And once humans discovered that ability, civilization became possible. Because every civilization depends on one thing: belief in the future. Think about farming. A farmer plants a seed, then waits. Days pass, weeks pass, months pass. The reward does not come immediately. It exists somewhere in the future. Agriculture required patience, planning, prediction, and trust. Trust that today's effort would create tomorrow's reward. Without future thinking, farming becomes impossible. Without farming, cities never appear. And once agriculture emerged, human history changed forever. People settled down. Villages formed. Villages became towns. Towns became cities. Calendars appeared. Harvest schedules appeared. Long-term planning became part of everyday life. Humanity was no longer surviving one day at a time. Humanity was building for years ahead. And from that point forward, the future became one of the most valuable things humans possessed. Money depends on the future. Education depends on the future. Governments depend on the future. Businesses depend on the future. Think about money. A piece of paper only has value because people believe it will still have value tomorrow. Think about school. Students spend years learning skills they hope will help them in the future. Think about work. People save money for decades for a retirement that may be many years away. The modern world runs on future thinking, but every advantage comes with a price. Because the same ability that allows humans to imagine success also allows humans to imagine failure. The same ability that builds civilizations creates anxiety. A deer may fear a predator standing nearby, but humans can fear events that may never happen. An upcoming exam, a future mistake, a financial problem. an uncertain future. The human brain can suffer from dangers that exist only inside imagination, and sometimes that imagination becomes exhausting. Many people spend more time worrying about tomorrow than experiencing today. The future becomes a source of stress, fear, pressure, uncertainty. In a strange way, the ability that helped humans dominate the planet also created many of our greatest psychological struggles. Because once you can imagine tomorrow, you can also fear tomorrow. Yet, despite the cost, humans continue doing it. Every day, every hour, every minute. We plan, we predict, we prepare, we dream. We imagine futures that do not yet exist, and then we work to make them real. Every building begins as an idea about the future. Every invention begins as an idea about the future. Every goal begins as an idea about the future. Human beings are unique because we spend part of our lives living in places that don't exist yet. The future exists nowhere. You cannot touch it. You cannot see it. You cannot visit it. Yet billions of people think about it every day, and perhaps that is the greatest invention humanity ever created. Not the wheel, not agriculture, not electricity. Tomorrow. The moment humans learned to imagine the future, everything changed. Civilization became possible. Progress became possible. Dreams became possible. But so did anxiety, fear, worry. The same ability that allowed humans to build cities is the same ability that keeps millions awake at night. And even now, as you're listening to this video, part of your mind is probably thinking about tomorrow, what you'll do, where you'll go, what might happen next, because the future has become part of who we are. Perhaps the story of humanity is really the story of one extraordinary ability, the ability to see something that does not exist and act as if it does, the ability to imagine tomorrow.